Anybody a really bad Mother's Day present? Wait a minute. What?
No. I was just saying she shouldn't say anything about any of my presents I've given her. Mum's the word. Yeah.
You said mum's the word? It's not like, no, she didn't give me a terrible present?
No, she didn't give me a terrible present. Good answer. I get a good present. Good answer. Good answer.
She looks like she's threatening you.
I'm pinching her.
If you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Roll the open.
Here we go. Have a seat. Save your energy. We have an hour.
I said if I was going to do TV, because I was never not going to be myself.
Where are the people who are a little bit different?
You're sitting next to one on the couch. So let's just say that.
Be yourself, but not too much of yourself.
Now, here's Jason.
Hi, everybody. Look at you. Look at you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. Let's get started. Thank you. Let's get started. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Let us start with this. Sleeping on an airplane can be difficult for many people. I tried sleeping on one last night. Didn't go well. But one woman found a solution. Look at this. She was caught napping in the plane's overhead bin. Yep. This happened last week on a Southwest Airlines flight from Albuquerque to Phoenix. You can see her curled up next to the carry-on suitcases. Yep. It's not clear if the woman is a passenger or crew member. But I'm telling you this is going to lead to a new segment called Can Bjorn Fit in It? And We're gonna put our producer BB in various things to see if he fits in it. That's right. Let's get started, Leo. Roll the music. Here we go. Can Bjorn fit in it? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kendall Mark, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing, friend?
Hello.
How you doing?
Great. Grand.
Good.
Yes.
Again, hope you had a nice Mother's Day weekend.
Thank you. We did.
Yes, good.
We went golfing.
You went golfing?
We went golfing. You know, it was great. We went on the boat.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a fun weekend.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You.
Your second first official Mother's Day.
It was, and I had wine, in case anyone was wondering.
Nobody wondered, Kendall.
I did have wine.
Nobody wondered, let me tell you.
I did have wine.
Hey, I have something sad, but I want to start really quickly with something good. I was out of town this weekend in one of our Jason Show cities. I was in Orlando, my second home. Thank you, Jeff. That was your hand creepily sneaking in there. No, and you know, whether it's on Google or on reviews, all people do is complain, ow, I got such bad service. So I always like to compliment people. It's fun to have a TV show. You can compliment people when you get good service because that doesn't happen enough. I just want to say bravo. I had a wonderful woman at a hotel that people always ask me, where's the best place to stay at Disney? If you're a grown-up, I always say the Swan Reserve. It's a great hotel on Disney property. Bella is her name. She works a front desk. She did a great job. So if any of the big wigs at Marriott are watching, you got a good egg there with Bella. So you better keep her. She's great.
Go, girl.
Bella's the best, man. She makes you feel special whether you're wearing Mickey Mouse ears or not. So, yeah. Thank you, Bella. Before we get started, you may have seen this If you watched Entertainment Tonight, or if maybe you were on Twitter, I started in the business as an entertainment reporter, and if you know any entertainment reporters, you know one, and that is a gentleman by the name of Sam Rubin. Sam Rubin was a Hollywood institution. He basically invented entertainment journalism. He worked at a legendary station, KTLA, and sadly, Sam died on Friday. Sam died after a heart attack. He leaves behind a wife, 4 kids. He was only 64 years old. And look, there's a lot of people that does those type of jobs, but Sam was a legend. When you look at Twitter and you see that Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts and Viola Davis are paying tribute to him, you know the caliber of professional that he was. I'm not going to claim to know Sam, but in my early days when I would do a lot of junkets, movie junkets, Sam was always very nice to me. Junkets are like high school times 50. If you're not in the clique, no one really talks to you. I felt that way when I started off, and I'll be very quick about this. I was all alone. This was one of my first junkets. I believe it was with Britney Spears or Ice Age. I think it was Ice Age. Yeah, it was one of those movies. And I was all alone in the hospitality suite, and nobody knew me. I was like this 28-year-old. Everyone's like, oh, who's this? And Sam came in, and I obviously knew who he was, and he sat down next to me and started asking me questions like, where are you from? How you doing? Do you need anything? And I thought, now that's a good man right there. And he was a legend. He didn't have to say hi to me. And I never, ever forgot that. So to all the folks at KTLA and his family, we're sending love. We're sending love there. Yeah. Good man. One of the best. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here. So, first up, back in Studio 8H, former Saturday Night Live cast member Maya Rudolph returned to the show this weekend as host and celebrated moms in her monologue, taking a cue from Madonna's Vogue. Watch this.
I'm your Baba Wawa, Debbie D, Sweeney Sisters, and Gilly, Martha Stewart, gave good hair, Mary Catherine Gallagher, Shreddy Balls and Donatella, Lisa from Temecula, giving gorgeous, serving pretty, they did it live from New York City. I'm your mother, I'm your mother, I'm your mother.
It's great, man. It was a great, so well produced, so perfectly choreographed throughout the studio. If you haven't seen it, go watch it in its entirety. That's Maya declaring herself mother on the show. Maya also brought back one of her memorable impersonations, playing Queen Bee, Beyonce, in a sketch involving the YouTube show Hot Ones. Watch this.
There's a lyric in Yeah, whole lot of red in that white and blue. What's that mean to you?
I forget. This wing is stomping my Damn, my bones are hot. That wing was a real one. Ooh, you're about to make me sing. This ain't Texas. Get my $6,000 cocoa lotion out my bag and into my mouth, or I will break you in half.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, open wide, Queen.
Oh, God. I want to tell you, too, go back. If you watched it and you were a little confused, there was a bit called Coffee Commercial, and I have to tip my hat to SNL. They did what's called a deep cut. It spoofs 2 pieces of pop culture that you may not know about. Back in the 70s and 80s, Lauren Bacall did coffee commercials that are hysterical. And then also Faye Dunaway, who's known as just being, how do I put this, a beast. Making fun of Faye Dunaway on the set of a commercial where she literally was trying to tape something and she went like this. The live theater. can you leave? You're in my eye line. And she would look at someone over there. So go Google those two things and then watch Maya send them up. It's hysterical once you know the source material. By the way, Jake Gyllenhaal will host the season finale of SNL. That's this coming weekend. And speaking of it, speaking of SNL, NBC just confirmed it's planning a 3-hour primetime special next year to celebrate SNL's 50th anniversary. Funnily, it's not going to air on a Saturday. It's going to air on Sunday, February 16th. Yeah. Next up, this broke earlier, and I'm so excited. Big news for all of us Downton Abbey fans. It is now official. We're getting a third movie. Look.
It feels amazing. It's a tad emotional. It's wonderful all to be back together again.
That's right. The official Downton Abbey Instagram shared the news Monday morning. So other than the main cast, basically everyone's back. Joining them is Paul Giamatti, who will return to his role as Lady Grantham's brother. We don't know, though. It's just started production. We don't know when it's going to come out. I would say probably early next year. Downton Abbey 1 and 2 did very well at the box office. The show continues to be a hit. I love it. I loved both movies, and I'm really excited. They needed a trilogy, and if you watched the second movie, you know why. They needed to continue it and kind of bring it to a close.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it left things a little wanting.
A new era. Yes. It ended, something happened which like, oh, we're going to usher in a really new era.
Look at us trying to not
tell what happened, yeah. I mean, everyone knows a major character, you know, died. So yeah, but yeah.
She's gone.
She be gone. That's right. We're gonna take a break. More Dish and More when we come back. Back in a moment. She be gone. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating in our birthday club today. We get that collector's pin satin up to $20 of free play at Grand Casino. There we go. Happy birthday, loves. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. John Oliver is doing what he does best, making fun of TV newscasters again on his show late night, last week tonight. Sunday night, it was all about their memories of mom, and you may spot a familiar face.
And now, people on TV share heartwarming memories of their mothers.
My mom would get in fights at restaurants that wouldn't allow children. She said, my children are better behaved than most of your dining room, and they are properly dressed for dinner, and she'd fight with them until they would let us in.
My mom used to always look at me in the car randomly.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Yeah.
We'd be driving, she'd be smoking, and then she would look at me and she would go, don't be cheap.
I can remember my mom being like, can I just sit here in peace for 5 minutes?
Yeah, totally.
Like, she would go and hide in the bathroom.
No, I remember my mom telling me before I was even married, don't think I'm going to raise your children, because I'm not.
My mom used to tell me ever since I was a little girl, she used to quote a Run DMC song that said, you talk too much, you never shut up.
Never mind anyone call me a moron. My mom used to call me a moron, but then again, she was family.
That's right, Jim Cramer. Well, anytime I'm on John Oliver, I consider it a huge compliment. Thank you, John. By the way, John was holding a cigarette at the end. I don't know if he was making fun of me imitating Dar, but I don't know. But yeah.
Cigarette.
But
she only started smoking after the divorce.
Or no, she started smoking because my dad drove her crazy. That's why she wants me to clarify that. Yeah. No, she did. My mom wanted to dispel. I've said it a dozen times. My mom didn't want people to assume the worst in me because I was an only child. Right. So she made sure I had good manners, and she didn't want me to be cheap. I don't know. So yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, more Dish now. It's the singing competition that's discovered major stars like Celine Dion, ABBA. Eurovision took place this weekend, and each country... Thank you, audience. That's right. Some Eurovision fans in our audience. Each country duking it out in song. Well, the competition is known for its over-the-top and ridiculous performances, and that definitely describes the group from Finland.
Let's go!
Yeah, well, that's that's Windows 95, man, performing no rules. It featured a giant denim egg and one of the guys wearing a nude bodysuit. Yeah. And the performance ended with a pair of jorts arriving on stage for the naked guy. Watch this. Now, why can't we get that? Now, I know we're getting a new set next year for year 10, but I want that too. Oh my goodness.
You're looking at Halloween 2024.
Right
people.
there.
That's Jason's costume.
Are you kidding me? Producer Bjorn probably already has that in his closet. Oh, one of the favorites going into the competition was a band from Croatia called Baby Lasagna.
What?
Take a look.
I'm a big boy now, I'm ready to leave. Ciao, mama, ciao, babe. I'm a big boy now, I'm going away, and I sold my cow before I leave. I must confess, I need a round of decompress. One more time for all the good times. Rim, tim, taggy, diggy, dim, tim, tim.
Croatia ended up in second place. Well, after the public vote and votes from all the participating countries, the winner was a guy from Switzerland named Nemo. Look. Dude is on some sort of space-age lazy Susan, yeah. Nemo got his start 9 years ago on Switzerland's Got Talent. You and I are like the only two people on our staff that isn't.
Like, are not, we do, okay.
Jeff and BB love that. I've never watched Eurovision. I know, watching it now I want to watch it.
I still don't, but it's okay.
It's all right, yeah.
It's okay. We each have our own thing.
Absolutely.
You know?
Tomato, tomato.
Exactly.
Next up, it's the old TV old TV show that possibly had more drama off camera than it did on TV. So, I couldn't wait to bring this to you. Odds are, you've heard about the drama involving the Desperate Housewives when Desperate Housewives aired in the mid-2000s on ABC. Well, an old interview from 2012, the year that the show wrapped up, is putting the drama and the show back in the spotlight. I couldn't love this more. It features the late actress Katherine Houston, who played nosy neighbor and my favorite Karen McCluskey on Desperate Housewives. She earned 2 Emmys for her work on the show. Well, listen to this. Just weeks before her death from lung cancer in 2012, Katherine talked to the Television Academy Foundation and was like, you know what? I'm dying in 3 weeks. I couldn't care less. I'm spilling all the tea. Much of the focus was on the 5 main stars of Desperate Housewives. Listen to this!
They don't eat with the cast. They don't eat any of our food. They send out for whatever they want from wherever they want it. Their refrigerators are fully stocked with whatever they choose to have. They are spoiled. They're not team players in terms of the whole team. I'm not saying any of them are nasty. They're not nasty. Never been nasty. I've never had a harsh word from any of them. They simply are dismissive. And I'm not the only one who thinks so.
We are just getting started. Katherine said the 5 main stars, Terry Hatcher, Eva Longoria, Marcia Cross, and Nicolette Sheridan, would be nice to you to your face, but not so nice to you later. She talked quite a bit about my girlfriend, Nicolette Sheridan, saying that Nicolette's behavior on set was awful. Watch this.
We had difficulty with, and I'm gonna say them out loud, Nicolette. We wait and wait and wait and wait and wait for them to show up. It's like nobody else's time matters. That drove me crazy. I would sit there and say, what are we waiting for? You know who.
Yeah. Well, over the years, we've all heard, all of us that pay attention to pop culture in any way, we all heard the main ladies didn't get along with co-star Terry Hatcher. But Catherine said something interesting about the women versus Terry. Watch.
In terms of their friendliness, again, friendly when you are right in their face. I have to say, of all of them, Terry was probably the friendliest to me. When I threw that Christmas birthday party for the crew, Terry's the only one that contributed. And
now,
I thought that was very nice.
Here you can find the entire interview on YouTube. Here's what I know. This is straight from the gay horse's mouth to you.
Hey.
I have talked to the late Leslie Jordan, who several times, who was on Desperate Housewives. I knew James Denton. I know James Denton. He was a regular on my radio show for years. And we've talked to Vanessa Williams. All three of them, in separate occasions, verified what Catherine said and said the narrative, and I hate that word, but the narrative that Terry was the bad guy is rubbish. That Terry, James Denton, Leslie Jordan, Vanessa Williams all said that Terry was nice. And isn't this interesting? I was telling Jeff, I was in the makeup room listening to this podcast, and they talked about, and it's not every case, but if you look at shows where there are 4 women recently, there are examples of this. You look at Desperate Housewives, where there are like 4 main. You look at Pretty Little Liars, and you look at Sex and the City. Let's take Sex and the City for a second. Most fans side with Kim Cattrall against Sarah Jessica and Kristen and Cynthia. Most people on Desperate Housewives side with the other women and not Terry Hatcher. Why? Because we all love the character of Samantha on Sex and the City, and we didn't like the character of Susan on Desperate Housewives. And Pretty Little Liars, similar. There's always one that seems to be the outlier, and fans are divided. Personally, for me, I believe James Denton, Vanessa Williams, and the late, great Leslie Jordan. I do. I think Terry... I have heard nothing but good things. Were they all difficult in their own way? I'm sure. They were catapulted. That show was a phenomenon in 04. And people were like, oh, well, Terry was put front and center on the Vanity Fair article after the show came out. Yeah. You know why? Because Terry Hatcher was the biggest star when that show debuted. Sure, Marcia Cross was on Melrose Place with the big scar on her head, and Felicity had Newsnight, but Terry Hatcher was on The Love Boat, and she was on Lois and Clark. She was the biggest star. Eva Longoria, no one really knew who she was, so she should have been front and center. Then it evened out. Eva became the big... You could actually argue Nicolette Sheridan was the biggest star going into that show. I mean, she was on Knots Landing before that, and, you know, but I don't like that behavior, Nicolette. I love you, but yeah. Crush may be over. Yeah. I don't like that. I'm just kidding, Nicolette. I still love you. I still love you, yeah. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. We love a good baking competition show. Coming up in just a little bit, a new one is getting ready to debut on the Food Network. It is called Next Baking Master Paris. And we're going to meet one of the contestants to find out what it's like trying to beat the masters at their own game. And then, from light critiques to out-and-out compliments, what are you saying about us and the show this week? We're opening up the mailbag. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Paris is known as the pastry, or as it's written in the teleprompter, pasty, capital of the world. That's right. We'll see how the segment goes. Yeah, it could turn into that in a little bit, which makes it a great setting for a new reality baking competition on the Food Network. It's called Next Baking Master Paris, and it features 10 up-and-coming American bakers, including our guest today, who did really, really well on the first episode. Look.
So, Jeremy, what is this?
This is not your run-of-the-mill grocery store carrot cake, and I'm not your run-of-the-mill pastry chef. With cream cheese frosting, a pineapple compote, a bit of fried carrots, and a carrot montage. It's all about the flair.
Okay, allons-y.
A lot of texture, a lot of different flavor, and I would say something really surprised me. That's your beurre monté. I would hire you to do my beurre monté in my cuisine.
Anytime.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is a completely innovative, creative way to do carrot cake. The textures are spot on. They're so fun. I mean, you get the crispiness, you get the crunchiness, you get the smooth beurre monté.
I mean, bravo, Jeremy.
Thank you.
I'm just saying it was carrot cake.
Bon.
A little shade. That's okay, we don't care. The contestants learn from master pastry chefs and are eliminated one by one as they compete for $25,000 worth of French kitchen appliances. Give it up for the man, one of the contestants. It's pastry chef Jeremy, everybody. She threw a little shade at you. Did you know she threw that when you were filming?
I did not.
How did you feel after you saw the episode?
I mean, she didn't win.
Let's start here. Did you, all kidding aside, because like I always wanted to do TV, did you always want to bake growing up?
Oh, yeah. So this has been my goal since I was 4. Most people pretend, I don't know, to be a movie star. I was like, I'm going to own a restaurant. Don't do it. It's expensive.
Kids, don't follow that dream.
Yes. But do what makes you feel best.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Pastry's always been my life. It's gotten me through some really hard times. It's gotten me through some really good times. And with it, I've been able to travel all over the world doing pastry in other countries even.
Did you have like a Yoda? Was there someone in your family that you baked with that was kind of your North Star?
My aunt was a lovely amateur baker.
You have such a way of complimenting people, Jeremy.
Don't worry, I'll compliment you too.
Thank you, perfect. I love it. I love it. Was it, okay, so let's talk about the production. You and I were talking during the break. What, now that you're done, what surprised you the most about doing the show that you did not expect?
Honestly, I did not expect to still be talking to people after the show. I mean, I can't say that like pastry chefs are known for being the most friendliest people. And we are very competitive.
I couldn't love you more. The shade is like dripping off you. Okay.
I'd listen.
Yeah.
I do not drip.
Yeah. So you didn't think you'd be talking to anybody else from the show afterwards?
No, because I was like, oh, I've seen all these other reality cooking shows. I was like, wow, this is catty. But then I like worked with these people for a lot of hours and a lot of days. And I was like, oh, you're actually pretty swell. And you don't want the same job I do in the same small city. So we can be friends.
You are no direct competition to me, Tiffany. We can be friends. That's right.
Yeah.
What was the production? Was it intimidating though? Because I mean, you're in the home. You're in the mother place of pastry. Did that add to the level of intimidation?
I mean, it may have for some if it was their first time there. But I had actually been very fortunate a few years back to teach a plant-based vegan pastry class in Paris. So yeah, I'm sure other people were intimidated.
Oh, God.
Be better.
Well, why weren't you on the set of Desperate Housewives? We could have used you, yeah.
I don't think I was old enough.
No, yeah, I know. Whatever, Jeremy. Did you grow up on a farm?
I did. I grew up on a dairy farm in Elk Grove, California.
How did that work out for you?
Well, I know how to hog tie really well.
Is that
I can also milk a cow like no other.
Really?
Oh yeah, two-handed, like a pro.
Okay. Have you been? I'm rarely speechless on this show, but this whole thing has derailed my mind.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Do you want to do more TV? Because, like, again, restaurants.
Oh.
Hell, do you want to take over this show? I mean, you know. No, do you want to do more TV?
Oh, absolutely. So I thought it was going to be really intimidating to be in front of a camera, and sometimes I had multiple cameras on me, and this time I wasn't getting paid for it. And it was lovely. They're like, just act like it's your own cooking show. And I was like, done!
Okay.
They're like, do things that'll draw attention. And I was like, hello. I'm here.
Well, we're actually going to eat and talk baking when we come back. Stay with us. Back after this. Jeez. Oh, God, that was great. Welcome back, everybody. We're back with Jeremy from Next Baking Master Paris. Okay, let's get to eating and trying and baking. What do we make? We're doing galettes.
Yeah. So today
I told you, I've never heard of a galette.
So a galette is a really, simply put, slab pie. You can make it any shape, any flavor. This is a great introductory item if you're new to baking.
Okay.
If you're really nervous about making your own pie dough or blitz dough, you can even purchase pie dough from the local grocery store or puff pastry. So the idea is that this is something that's very simple and very frightening. Yeah, non-frightening.
Yeah. Intimidating, because I was telling you, I bake, I make cakes, I do obviously biscuits, but laminated dough scares the bejeebies out of me. Should I be afraid?
Absolutely not.
Okay, because what is this?
So this, in an effort to not make a huge mess here, I did the different stages of pie dough.
Okay.
So on this side, we have freshly mixed, and then it's gonna look really crumbly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are really worried that they're like, oh no, it's not dough. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Let it rest.
Okay.
And then you roll it out, and this is the first fold. It's still kind of crumbly.
Okay. So don't be scared there. Okay.
Nope. And then by your second fold, you have this lovely piece of dough. Right? Ooh, look at the butter. And then your last one, on your third fold, you're gonna get this really nice striation pattern from the butter. So the trick is like, I grate the butter with a cheese grater.
Yeah.
And that way I already am making these layers of butter and dough by making them already flat.
Absolutely.
And then from there, it's dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Creativity.
That's what all these are?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is all the same dough. And you're welcome to season the dough. I highly encourage that you definitely season your dough with at least salt and sugar, but you can add herbs into it, spices. It is a blank canvas. This is all about you, the creator.
Which one should I try?
Ooh, so.
What do you recommend the most?
So this one's really in season. It is rhubarb and almond frangipane.
Uh-oh. Yes, please.
Yes. But it's nice.
And then executive producer Jeff told me, these are your famous cookies.
Yes.
What is your secret? Go ahead and tell everybody.
14 years of experience and $80,000 in debt. It's too early for you to choke, sir.
This is okay. Now, if you're coming to the Twin Cities, where can people? You work downtown. Tell the folks where they can come see you.
Absolutely, come visit. I work at 801 Fish and 801 Chop House on 9th and Nicollet in downtown Minneapolis.
And also watch the show, for heaven's sake. Watch new episodes of Next Baking Master Paris on the Food Network on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central, or you can stream it on Max. Watch it. Give it up for our new friend. You got to come back, man. You got to come back. Give it up for Jeremy.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Oh, my God. What is that one? Welcome back. That cookie was real good. I'm just going to tell you. We were eating.
Yeah.
The very short commercial break, Kendall and I wanted to see how many pastries we could shove in our mouth in one commercial break.
Yeah.
Real good.
There's a whole platter that we're waiting to shovel in the next commercial break. So.
And by the way, if they don't leave that platter, lock the door and do not let them out. Security, do not let them out if they do not leave that platter anyway. Welcome back, everybody. We receive a lot of messages and feedback about the show, and every week we take some time to respond to your comments, light critiques, and questions. It's time to open up the mailbag. Roll it, Leo. Here we go.
You've got mail.
First up, a message from Corey. Hi, Corey. She writes, hey, my husband had rotator cuff surgery. I had the show on while he was in recovery. He wanted to know if Jason was still married to that dude. I said, yeah. And he says, that's good because they seem like a cute couple. Yeah. He also said Corey must be disappointed because they're going to the fair on a Sunday and Jason won't be there, so she can't send the audience, quote, he has never commented about me liking the show until he is under the influence of pain meds. Yeah. Let's be clear, we don't care how you watch us.
No.
As long as you watch us, we don't care.
Share, like, subscribe.
Yeah, we are. We've said this for years. We are the official show of recoveries.
Maternity leaves.
Maternity leaves, recoveries, waiting rooms.
Oil changes.
Oil changes. We are in waiting rooms all over the place. So we're at the gym.
Yes.
To everyone on a treadmill, hello.
You're doing great, honey. 5 more minutes.
To everyone working out, we just ate pastry.
Yeah.
There we go. Next, the Met Gala was last week. Ooh, ask TikTok about that one. So we had to call on our own fashion critic, real-life television engineer Brad, to give, to give his honest takes on a few of the looks. Curtis writes to us, quote, Brad needs a daily segment, a little longer than the world's shortest segment. Yeah. Kate loved Brad's kilt, giving it 10 stars. Yeah. And Lily from Canada, watching us up in Canada, said, OMG, Brad's review of the Met Gala made me tinkle in my pants. That's how funny it was. Amazing job as always. Again, if we can make a Canadian P, we're good. Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Next, a comment on my wardrobe. Oh, God. Mercy says, hello, Mercy. Can you try wearing something more comfy? You look like a politician.
Senator Jason Matheson?
No. I wear, you know what, we do shoots. I wear sometimes. I like a suit.
Yes.
I'm old school. Look, people have said that in the past. I'm old school. I'm an old school broadcasting guy. I think if you're on TV, you should look nice. And you should look, and that's what I believe. And plus, I like how
And you look good in them.
I feel good in suits. So. Sorry, Mercy. Sorry. Anyway, next a message from a viewer in Iowa, Benjamin. Hi, Benjamin. Thank you for entering us in the Sioux City area. I took the show's advice when you had Kyle from with Thrifty Traveler on. My wife and I will be taking that Iceland trip thanks to the segment on your show. Keep being you. Yeah, we don't. Yeah. We don't. We say it a lot. We don't do a lot of lifestyle stuff. Our show, we just do goofy stuff to make you laugh. But Thrifty is the one of the exceptions because I think he gives good advice. I've said it also a million times. I have listened to what thrifty advice is, and I have done, so you know.
Yeah, you've done great trips.
I've done credit card tricks with points, and when I fly places, I get a lot of flights free on points.
Or you got like a first-class upgrade when you went to Hawaii.
Based on tips from Thrifty. Next, a comment about my new puppy Milo. Lee writes, I'm a longtime watcher, first-time caller. I was watching the show when you called Milo my dog, who's also named Milo, came running into my office and stared at me like, what's going on? Yeah. Hi, other Milo.
Hi, Milo.
Yeah. By the way, Milo will be in the audience on Wednesday. He'll be coming into the studio on Wednesday. Yeah. Sorry, friends. I'm sorry. Yeah. Finally, we're still getting comments about our latest fast food field trip to Little Caesars. Cindy from Duluth says, dang you and your Little Caesar poofs. We picked up several boxes and are now addicted. Please send more money. We need more. Yeah. I love...
Send me money.
You know your show has reached success when viewers start asking you to pay their bills. Yeah.
Start getting Venmo requests.
If you missed it, we gave perfect 10 to the new Little Caesars cheesy poofs.
Also known as puffs.
Cheesy puffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're like little muffin-y things.
They are. They're like Detroit-style pizza in like a cupcake shape. They're real good. Yeah. They are real good. Thanks for your comments, your letters, your emails. We try to read them every week. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Back in a moment. Cheesy poofs. Cheesy poofs. Welcome back. Well, did you eat any more pastries?
Yeah, it's all up in my mouth right now.
I know. We always love guests that bring good food.
Bring us food and we'll have you whenever you want.
That's right. Hell, he could come back tomorrow. I don't care. I mean, yeah. Hey, big news when it comes to the Jason Show swag store. If you missed it last week, we have some new items that are now available. Kimberly, our designer, did such a good job. I love these. New t-shirt and sweatshirt designs are on sale. Hot dish spoons, Canva bags, and more. Great for spring and summer. If you see a sweatshirt, they likely come in a t-shirt mode as well. I'm so happy with these. I think the quality is really good because, you know, I'm picky. Aim your camera at the QR code right there. It'll take you right to the store. We also have a link on our socials. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. JasonShowStore.com as well. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. So I began the show with a compliment to Bella at the Swan Reserve in Orlando. Let me end with sticking up for flight attendants. So I'm on a flight last night, and there was a father with two sons, and the sons were in front of me, and the father was up enjoying himself.
Wait, weren't you in the first row?
No, I was back, you smart aleck. Anyway, and the sons and the sons were in front of me, and I'm not joking. This one kid pressed the flight attendant button 6 to 7 times to have her bring him gummy bears. And I thought to myself, that's not what that button for. That's not what that button is for, kid. It's not the gummy bear button. And she looked, she had the patience of Moses. She walked back and she finally looked at him on trip 6 and she goes, should you be having this much sugar? I about spit out I was like, oh God, I couldn't love you more. I was like, yeah.
Poor woman.
I don't know if you should be having your 6 bag of gummy bears. I don't know.
You're tapped out, kid. Tap out.
I don't know if there's a flight attendant. Anybody flight attendants in this audience? No, y'all, you do God's work. Let me tell you, what you put up with, I have so much respect for you. Yeah. Hey. Tomorrow on our show, our latest fast food field trip, and you can call this one a fast food fail. Ooh. Find out what item we couldn't even finish. Well, most of us couldn't finish it. That's tomorrow, but right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Should you be having that much sugar?